What's up? What's up, otakus? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know. I told you in yesterday's video, we're over budget. Um, we wanted to spend $50 this week, and we spent about 65. So we weren't planning to go places, but I think I have a serious problem. Um, but the serious problem worked to my benefit today. So, Saturday I had work. Before work, I popped into Half Price Books, and man, did we have. Well, first of all, let me just show you the stack here. We got 26 books. We spent excuse me. We spent $35, that's including tax, 35, roughly about, I want to say $33. No, sorry. Roughly 30, yeah, about $32 plus tax. And boy, did we pick up some big books. So, in fact, we picked up the biggest book that we've ever picked up from Half Price Books today. And I can't wrap my head around why this book is priced so high. I just looked up the value and I was shocked. I was going to get it anyway. I was like, this is a cool cover, because I've seen the cover throughout social media. I'm aware of the image, but I just wasn't sure how much it was worth. Then when we looked it up, I was like, oh man. And so we're going to reveal that as the book of the haul. So this is a great haul. First off, shout out to Half Price Books. They just replenished the bins. It's been a long time coming. In fact, I don't think I got there in time. I think somebody had gone through, picked out all the keys, and these are 90s books. The majority of these are 90s books. Fortunately, there's still some significant books in here that they left us. But that last, again, the book of the haul, you want to stay tuned for that. It's quite an incredible pickup. All right, so I'm going to reveal what currently stands as my biggest pickup from Half Price Books. And I'm going to talk about, if you can go back and watch the videos, what I think it's from like maybe 2 years ago. No, I think it's from last year. But we, in a span of 2 weeks, at two different Half Price Books in two different states, we were able to pick up 2 copies at half price of the first appearance of Gwen Stacy, first print. Now, one of the copies I picked up, we traded and got some books in return for that. And one of the copies I kept. But again, this was $3.99 cover price. 2 copies we picked up for essentially $4. And of course, this is a big book. It's price, the book price is pretty significant. So yeah, I mean, this stands as, like, obviously we can't repeat that feat, getting 2 of the same copy in 2 different states, Half Price Books, in a 2-week span, which is just, if you think about the odds of just running into the same book, let alone, well, actually, there are a lot of comic books that you will see, but those are worthless books. We're talking about like high-end keys. I mean, I just thought that could never be topped. And I don't think today's pickup can necessarily top that feat, but in terms of the value from one book that we picked up at Half Price Books, just the overall one book we got at half a cover, that is the most valuable, today's pickup definitely takes the cake. All right, like I just got back from work. I just kind of did a quick change. I haven't eaten dinner. I haven't done anything. All I've done is take that one book, put it in a top loader, and then I jumped on because I just wanted to share what I picked up. And then we'll get to, bagging and boarding and putting it on my spreadsheet and updating everything, all the data. But man, I'm still reeling from this haul. We got a lot of value in this haul. And again, I didn't mind spending the 30 some dollars. And this haul is a little bit, it's a little bit hypocritical from what I've been saying. I've been saying, I don't want to pick up, like lower end books and, get them for, like dig in the 25-cent bins and all that. I've been saying that. And this haul is a little bit hypocritical of that because a lot of these are 90s books. A lot of these we could probably get for $1 or less. But a lot of them are ones that I actually collect, that I need for the collection. A lot of them are just, some of them are just cool books, Jim Lee books. And, I always say, like, if you run into X-Men 1 for $1, you got to pick that up, right? You're not leaving X-Men 1, a Jim Lee book like that. What am I doing here? Hang on. Yeah, you're not leaving an X-Men 1 for half a cover. So it's essentially less than $1. You're not leaving it there. You're going to just make room for it, maybe sell it later or what. But I mean, high grade copies of that, you can't leave there for $1. It's a crime, even though there's a gajillion of those, and we probably shouldn't keep doing that. I am going to add one more. In fact, I think I have this one. Let me just see if I have X-Men Justice League 59. Let me see if I have it. I do not have it listed. Okay, we'll add that one. Justice. Bear with me. We'll get to the exciting. We'll get to it in just a minute. What volume is this? All right, we're going to leave that blank. 59. That's a variant. Let's see what's the date here. All right, well, we're gonna have to put this in later, all the data in later, but I just want to update. So we're at 348 Jim Lee books, because the other Jim Lee books I picked up, they're already part of the collection. I do count variants to the count. There is one variant we picked up, so maybe it's 340. The count is at 349. We picked up 2 like Jim Lee books from my memory, but we'll go through them. All right, in no particular order. So we picked up. This is probably the most we paid today for a book. It's a $6 book. Justice League 59. It's the Jim Lee, Zack Snyder's kind of movie poster variant. Couldn't leave that there. We had to bring that home. And we also picked up another second copy of Spawn Batman. There's a little bit of a sticker pull. It's not pull, it's sticky. I can probably scrape that off and make it cleaner. But there's like sticker remnant there. But overall, the condition of this book is way better than my current copy. So I don't mind having multiple copies of this one. And again, this was a half a cover, so I think this was a $4.95 book. We paid like $2 for it. $3.95. So we picked this up for essentially $2. We don't mind doing that. All right, I'm just going to move this, make a little pile here. This next one we picked up for $1. Some of these are kind of like double bagged and boarded because a lot of them were just in kind of bags and boards. Bags, not boards. So we picked up this X-Men Annual number 13. This is just a key book because it's the first cover appearance of Jubilee. It's a newsstand edition. Again, paid $1 for that. Picked up this awesome John Buscema cover. This is a reprint of Fantastic Four 110. Classic cover there. Hulk versus Thing. We picked it up for 50 cents. It's $1 reprint. Don't mind doing that. Just take these ones out because we have to rebag and board these anyway. We picked up, again, some books that probably aren't worth a whole lot. I just got them because they were so cheap. And again, for 90s books, if you can get any book from the 90s for half a cover, you're winning in life, I think. Obviously, these could have popped up at Mill Geek for 50 cents, but I doubt a Spawn 16 would show up in that pile. At least it'd be very competitive. So we picked that one up for under $1. We also picked up this one for what is that? 60 some cents. Silver Surfer 70, just a great Ron Lim Galactus cover there. We picked up another copy of Wolverine Origins. This is actually a very, very nice copy, near mint copy, better than my current copy. And again, these are available for sale or trade. This is the first appearance of Dakin in costume. It's a key book. Picked that up for, what is that? $1.50. Again, near mint copy of X-Men 1, 75 cents. We're picking that up. Again, this is great condition. We normally don't pick these up if the condition is like weird, but this one was just flawless, so we had to pick that one up. I picked up another copy of this because I have this in a newsstand raw. I picked up one bagged and boarded. In the poly bag. Because I just like I like it in the poly bag. So I just picked, again, for $1. What do we pay for this? I can't do the math. $1.38 or something for this. That's pretty good. I was kind of just like, yeah, we'll add that because there's a lot of stuff I left there because there's a lot of 90s X-Men books. And again, for the cover price is like $1 something for those 90s books. So like truly I could have picked up everything and still feel like I made out, but I put a lot of this stuff back and really focused on the ones I wanted to pick up. Case in point, we picked up Spider-Man number 4. I don't have this. Just checks another one off the list. I picked up another copy of Spider-Man 19. This is 16. It's McFarlane's last work on Spider-Man. It's a significant book. We have like 4 or 5 copies of that. I picked up this incredible Eric Larson cover. And this is, I think, the first appearance of this cybernetic Spider-Man. We got that for 80 some. What is this? What's half of 175? I think it's like 80 cents or something like that. Yeah, 88 cents. So these are all 88 cents. We picked up issue number 3. This one was priced at $1, but I think she was just busy like checking the prices, not the actual price. And we got this one for 70 you know, like 60 some cents rather than the dollar that they priced it at. So again, this is yeah, it's like, I think it's like a reprint, like a promotional copy. Not in the best condition. It's pretty beat up, but it's a reprint. I'll take that. And this one, first off, I love Gundam, Wing Gundam. And this is from 1998. I believe this is the first appearance of Gundam Wing in American comics. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But it's a Viz Comics from 1998. And it's, you know, it says it's the first, what is it? Yeah, it says original format first issue. So I'm assuming this is the first issue of Gundam Wing in American comics. Again, you know, it was just a cool cover. I love this animation, so I just picked it up. All right, here are some of the bigger pickups, especially this one, because I've been wanting to add this one for such a long time, and it's, you know, it's a VF copy. There are some issues. Actually, it's lower than a VF. There's a, you know, with the press, I think that could press out. It's not color. Well, it could press out, and actually, it's got a little corner crease. But again, this was sitting in there raw. So there's issues with the book. But man, I don't care. This is a book for the PC. Wolverine #2. Great Silver Samurai cover there. I believe this is a key book. We also picked up Wolverine #5. Again, these are 75-cent pickups. 75-cent pickups for early Wolverine. We'll do that all day, all night. We picked up Spider-Man #11, half a cover, so under $1. Picked up Spider-Man #24. It's the first cover appearance of Doppelganger Spider-Man. Second appearance of Doppelganger Spider-Man. Again, just cool-ass 90s books. We also picked up, this is actually like the first appearance of Daken as a child, I guess. Wolverine Origins #5, and that's just an incredible cover there. Yeah. Joe Quesada cover. Man, is that beautiful. I don't normally like, but with the design of that, oh man, that's gorgeous. That's a gorgeous cover. So yeah, it's a key book. Pick that up. Pick this one up. It's $3.95. This is also very clean. Spine is really clean. Another, you know, minty. We'll add that. We can't keep that there for what, it's like $2 essentially. Can't keep that there for $2. At the end of my life, I think I'll have like a mountain of X-Men ones that I'll be buried with, probably, right? I'll just be buried with a mountain of X-Men ones. All right, this is Iron Man. Jim Lee does the interior artwork on this, but this is a Ryan Benjamin variant cover. So we have the Will Spartatio cover. Now we have the Ryan Benjamin cover. We got both covers. This is another big value book, first print. I checked on the interior, but it has issues. There's like creasing, not heavy creasing. It's just like, you know, like a page. What do you call it? Like somebody like kind of, you know, adding. Well, this is actually pretty. You can see the line, but anyway, there's like a little bit of a crease there. There you can see at the top. There's a little bit of a bend there at the bottom as well. But I told you, Frank Miller number 4 cover was on my like things to pick up this summer. I wasn't gonna focus on this because I don't really like this cover. This is like the worst of all the covers in the series. But hell, you know, for $1, what is this? $2.95 for $1.50. I'll do it. It's not the best like near mint copy, but then again, none of my copies are really near mint. They've all got some issues somewhere, but they're clean. This is probably the worst condition of the other two I've got. But yeah, first print. So we got, all we need to do is pick up that last one. We got the whole set first print. Again, $1.50 for that one. That's just insane. Picked up this one for $1.50 as well. It's crazy. We picked up, I kind of got caught up in all the X-Force sort of madness. We don't run into the polybagged, but this has the Sunspot and Gideon card. Again, half a cover, 75 cents for the polybag and the card still in it. We have the cable card one from the, you know, I had bought that way back in the day when it first came out. And now I'm adding another second copy. And that's a nice card to have, the Sunspot Gideon card. I'd say outside of the Deadpool card, which is the most desired, the Domino card, maybe the team card, and then these cards are all kind of, you know, they're kind of in the same realm of, maybe we'll pick up all the cards or something. But anyway, nice clean copy. This was just kind of put in a bag and board, you could tell, and undisturbed. So happy to pick that one up. Again, 75 cents. Can't leave it there. It's coming home with me. All right, and this one, this is a little bit of a spec buy on my part. It's Prelude to Deadpool Core. Ignore the sticker. I just put that in a bag and board. This was in a different bag. This one I just picked up because I thought would be significant. It's the first team appearance of the Deadpool Core. And as you can see, there's Lady Deadpool, Kid Pool, Dog Pool, and Head Pool. And it's a key book, and it's probably going to spike in about a week. I anticipate when all this team is introduced and people are going to speculate and try to pick up whatever Team Deadpool stuff there is, they're going to go right to this book. So again, it's like a near mint copy. We picked up for $2. All right. So that was 25 books right there. Again, we spent about $35 on 26 books. That's about $1.30 per book. I hope you saw all the value in this. I mean, you know, this book, I could just pick out the last 4 books or last 5 books. That right there is way over what we spent. But then we got an additional 21 books with that. So a lot of value there. And we're not even to the big one. The big one's going to be like jaw dropping, because my jaw dropped when I looked up the price of this book. I just can't believe someone's got to leave in comments why is this book so expensive? Please explain it to me. Now, this is not a near mint copy. In fact, it's in dire need of a press. But pressed out, we're looking at a near mint copy. As is, I'd put it, because again, it's got some stress lines here. It's got some color breaking spine ticks. It definitely needs a cleaning. It's very dull. But it is a cool cover, and it's a Scotty Young cover. I guess again, someone's got to explain. It needs a clean and a press, but overall it's high grade. And what we got was, what if Venom possessed Deadpool? We picked this up for $2. And when I saw it, I knew it was a big book. I was like, okay, yeah, that's a big book. Because I've seen this. I'm not a big modern book collector, but I've seen this enough times to know it's a big book. Also, Venom, Deadpool, that possession, that's a big event right there. Potential future event. So anyway, I thought, at most it's probably a $10 book, something like that. And I look it up and my jaw drops, because what we have here is not a direct edition. We have a newsstand edition. Read it right there, the newsstand. Okay. This is apparently a $700 book in high grade, which is what we have here. And I don't necessarily understand why it's so much, but I'm not complaining, man. We picked up a $700 book, and this is the pickup of the summer. Obviously I'm going to pay for bigger pickups because we are targeting some bigger, like big books. But I would never go to a con and I wouldn't even pay $100 for this book, even if they had it for $100. Well, I guess if I knew it was a $700 book and they're selling it so low, I would think about it. But, no interest in picking this book up whatsoever. But for $2, dang, I just feel like I won the lottery. And I've been winning the lottery. Come on, we picked up Dave Stevens books out of the dollar bin. I just picked this book up yesterday. And today at Half Price Books, we pick up this one. So $1, $2, $3 here. This is why you don't stop digging. This is why you constantly go to Half Price Books, because they're refreshing their inventory. Right now, they know Deadpool's coming out, so they just put a bunch of Deadpool books out. I don't think they were even like pricing them. They're just like, some locations might have like a New Mutants 98 sitting out somewhere. It's that. It's like they want to capitalize on the Deadpool stuff. They just put a bunch of Deadpool copies, mostly modern books. But yeah, sitting among that, again, I got the the Team Deadpool first appearance, which I think you're going to see skyrocket come next week. And then, of course, this beautiful Scotty Young cover. So, woo! I gotta say, I'm on fire. I've watched a lot of haul videos in my day, and I've seen some great dollar pickups. People pick up like $100 book for $1, or they'll pick up, they'll get a really good deal. I saw some dude pick up what looked like a mid-grade Batman 251. He picked it up for I think the guy gave it to him for $220. It was ridiculous. It was raw though, but he was like, I trust the guy. He's like, this looks like a mid-grade book, but the seller insisted, hey, I'll give you a discount on it, and sold it to him because the guy was being nice to him. So it's just, you see these incredible hauls, and you're like, man, that'd be great if I could do something like that. And you always hope and dream that, when I picked up the Gwen Stacy book, again, 2 copies in 2 weeks, I just felt like there was that doesn't normally happen to people, right? And I was just on cloud 9 for the longest time, and then that kind of luck fades a little bit. we were able to pick up some nice Jim Lee books in the trade of this. I got my Wolverine #1 as well. I got my Deadpool. I got this Deadpool book from that trade as well too, I think. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I got this Deadpool from that trade, and then I got this copy signed and sketched by Larry Hama. So like it's just, this is why collecting is fun. It's really different than any other hobby that I could imagine. I mean, I'm sure you could find toys somewhere in a basement that's going to net you, or you could find video games, I guess, at a like a yard sale or something that's going to net you a lot of money. In those respects, I guess those hobbies are similar, but yeah, I mean, in terms of the history, in terms of the breadth of pop culture, in terms of the scope of what comic books cover. Comic books cover everything. I mean, you're talking about like ancient Roman history to cowboy westerns to World War, war stories to superhero books to like comics cover the entire gamut of our modern history. I'm talking about the 20th century, right? The 20th century and even to today. So I can't think of a better, as great as like toy collecting and as great as, video game collecting are. Those are pretty transient things. They don't have the history yet. I'm sure video games 100,000 years from now will have its place as like significant. And of course, video games are fun, but it's my lifetime. Video games came about during my existence. These things have been around for well over 100 years, and about 100 years, and people have been enjoying like comics, not comic books, comics for longer than that. So, my voice is hoarse right now. I just feel like, oh man, like again, yesterday I thought we can't top this pickup. Dollar bin pickup for this. You can't top that. Lo and behold, we get this book, newsstand. I don't understand why this book is so expensive. Someone explain it to me. It's a $700 book, but I'm not going to complain about picking up a $700 book for half of the cover. That's it. Hopefully you won't see me on here tomorrow with another haul, because I seriously, if I pop on here tomorrow night and say I just picked up more books, because I basically cleaned out what needs to be cleaned out at Half Price Books, so I'm not going back there. But and I have work tomorrow, and I have to get ready for the regular work for the work week. So you probably will not see me hop on tomorrow night with a comic book haul. At least I pray, unless I get some urge to like go to a comic book shop, like out of the way. Again, we're over budget. We really have to be very prudent in our spending for the coming week. But again, I mean, come on, like I got so much of the stuff I wanted out of this haul for cheap. Because as great as Mill Geek is, Mill Geek's never going to put this book in the 50-cent bin. Mill Geek's going to price it at $3 and sell for $3. At least a high grade copy. You might find like a reader's copy in the dollar bin, or the 50-cent bin. But yeah, you're not, again, like I found a newsstand copy of this, but not polybag, right? So it's hit and miss at Mill Geek. But yeah, like some of these are probably just more, I don't know. I didn't necessarily need to pick them up, but I figured key books for 75 cents or $1. This is Greg Capullo's first artwork on Spawn. Been meaning to pick that up. Finally got it. You know, and this cover, it's essentially a cover buy. Don't need it. Just cool. For 50 cents. So yeah, I mean, this haul is justified. This haul is more than justified. I don't think I could pick up anything half as good as what we picked up here, even in Vancouver. So I just kind of saved myself time and space by picking all this stuff up locally. And again, $35 for 26 books, one of them being literally a $700 valued book. In my estimation, is a win. All right, well, we're like right at the midpoint of summer. We're at the midpoint of summer, and this summer's been absolutely incredible with at the value end. You know, we picked up some really like books that we love. We also picked up books outside of our collecting sphere that are just high valued books. I'm gonna keep this one. This one we may sell or trade. You know, if there's obviously I'd want to trade a big book for a big book on this one, but there's some like Venom Deadpool fans out there, hit me up, man. Otherwise, I don't mind keeping it in the collection. Again, it needs a press and a clean. If you press and clean and you want to like try and do your magic on this, there are some spine ticks. Show you the spine right there. I don't know if you can see it. They're pretty minor. I mean, you can see them because they're in the black there. Okay, get a good view right there. See? So it's got some spine ticks, stress lines right there. You see them right there. But it's a little dingy. Again, needs a clean, needs some eraser time. That is, I don't know if you can see the stress line there. There's a little bit of a bend that can totally press out. And again, no creases, no anywhere. It's just with a nice press, just a lot of little stress lines. Because this was sitting out like on a newsstand, mind you. I don't even know where newsstands are sold. I guess the bookstore. It's selling on like the magazine stand at like Barnes and Noble or something somewhere. I don't even know, like, or in New York City, they still have a newsstand. I know some probably on the East Coast, they probably have like 7-Elevens that's still with like these old school like newsstands that you could buy comics from still. I'm sure they exist somewhere. But who knows? Who knows what the history of this book here is? It was in Washington State, I'm assuming. But yeah, what a great pickup. And again, someone explained to me why this is a $700 book. I'm all ears. All right, that's it. I got to do some organizing and have fun with my comics. You know, update the spreadsheet because we didn't actually do that yesterday when we picked up all those books. I was just tired. And now I'm just going to sit here and do that for a little bit and then move books to bags and boards and whatnot. So thanks for tuning in. And I'm telling you, man, come on. If you liked what I picked up, and you just are intrigued by the philosophy behind, you know, how I do this. Obviously, I'm not blessed in terms of comic book. You know, you guys probably have better, especially people on the East Coast. You have more comic book retailers where you are, and sellers and shows. Washington State is actually not that great for comics, to be honest. But we have a good presence here locally, so I'm I'm doing my best, and I just hope you guys see the value in my efforts. I'm going out there and hunting, and really focused on value, focused on what I like. Although today, these are all books I like. They're 90s books, but kind of went overboard with that. But again, yeah, please like and subscribe. Follow me. We're going to have a lot of fun this summer. So if you're watching this for the first time, or if you're just checking in, just let me know you stopped by, please. I see some likes. I'm glad, but really what I want is your engagement and your support. So let's keep it going, man. I picked up some big books, but we're not done. We got that Vancouver Comic Con, a comic show that we're preparing for. We're saving up for that. We plan to take $1,500 US dollars there and see what we can pick up in Canadian exchange rate, Canadian dollars. And I'm telling you, I go watch my priority list. I want to come back with as many of those books as I can, or at least one big book. But yeah, we're going to get there. All right. Enough rambling. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Otaku out.